think you'll be able to see when it's live, but hey guys, we are live. Today I'm here with Yolanda Allard. We are going to talk books. We are going to talk mermaids. We're probably even going to talk pirates. Yolanda is one of Crazy Ink's craziest exclusive authors, a fantastic writer. She's super rich with her settings. Her technique is flawless. I love her work, and I'm excited to do this. So Yolanda, you want to just start talking about what you're up to, your kind of background in this, and we'll go from there.
Okay. I don't know. I've always been writing, but once I switched over to Crazy Ink, that's kind of when I really started exploring my limits on what I could do and writing little fairy tales and stuff like that. It's been really fun honing my craft. But yeah, I write fantasy, monsters, magic, lots of fights, and there's usually some romance.
Yeah. With you and the love story I hear with you and your husband, I always figured there's got to be romance in there. You can't keep that out.
I love love.
I know. Hi, Michelle. We've got Michelle with us.
Hi.
What are you up to right now? What is your current work in progress?
I'm finishing up the Song of Fire series.
Oh, okay. And, very good.
Yeah, I'm really excited about that. It's been a huge build, and having that all come together and it finally ending is a pretty big deal for me because I built this world from scratch and all the monsters and everything. So that was really fun. It's more high fantasy, but it's been a journey, lots of tears.
Why? Why the tears?
Because in fantasy, people die, and I get really attached to my characters.
Somebody brought that up. I think it was Stephanie in the author group. She was saying, I get so attached to my characters and then they die and then I cry. And I laughed, but apparently you're not alone.
No. I also make my readers cry or yell at me. So
yeah.
I don't know. It's fun. I always read that if there's no emotion in the author, there's no emotion in the reader. And I'm a really emotional person, so I hope that translates well. And people can feel
that's a good way to think of it. Your background noise is getting a little bit loud. I don't know if you can turn something down or that might help. But don't worry.
Did that help?
That is better. Thank you. It sounded all right when we were testing, but then it started getting louder. I don't know. Who knows? It could be just the way the internet's working. You're good now, though.
It might be my internet too.
Yep. There you go. What about if you could? I could think of a word I would use for you, but I want you to do it. A word you would use to describe your writing, like the big picture. One word.
I know. Funny?
Really?
I don't know. I try to put humor in my writing. I don't really know. I don't know. That's one of my big things is putting humor in with all the other stuff, but I'm not good at describing myself.
I think magical. I think you've always, yeah.
Oh there's always magic.
Of course, but I think there's that sparkle of something extra. I do think your personality shows through your work, and so to me, Yolanda is magical too. We've got the whole Mermaid brand and all that. So yeah,
yes,
for me that would be.
Imagine a world without magic. Living in one, even my everyday life. I mean, we talk about magic all the time in my house. We just replaced all our couches with hammocks so my kids can do stuff instead of sitting on a couch. I mean, we're always doing something a little different, a little more fun and magical. I want to give them a magical childhood, and I want to give other people that too. So when I write, I want to share that.
That comes off. It does. I saw your hammocks. If you guys haven't seen them, go to her page. It's so cool. You've got this huge living room, and there's 4 hammocks lined up, and they're all different colors. It's so cool. 6. Oh wow.
Yeah,
that was cheap. Do you guys line up in a row just hammocking?
Yeah, I
I
have
can
this
see
thing
that.
because the kids, when they go camping, they stack hammocks, and so they climb underneath them and then flip themselves over. And so I want a row of all the kids flipping themselves over one by one, and I'm going to take a video of it. I'm really excited.
Oh, that's cute. That's cute.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm always, whenever I see your post, I'm like, wow, her life, it's fun. I mean, the photo shoot you did with your daughter, with the princess, and just so cool. But it kind of matches up with your writing. So that's what I always think of is the word magic and magical and how I see
Yeah.
you.
Thank
Yeah.
you. I can't believe I didn't think of that. Sometimes the most obvious stuff, I can't.
My mom goes, "You didn't ask me my one word, and I planned for that." And I'm like, "Sorry, Mom. It's either comes to me or it doesn't." But it was funny. I'm like,
Yeah,
"Well," so it's always the person that wasn't planning for it that I end up asking. But hey, it is what it is.
that's okay.
Okay. So you've written fantasy, darkish fantasy, fairy tales. What won't you write?
Erotica.
Yep.
That's not really my thing. Or anything without magic. Any world, there's always going to be some form of magic in my books. Like I said, I can't imagine living, or I can't do it. I can't. My daughter reads all these sad stories about cancer patients and kids dying from cancer, and I can't do it.
See, I can do it. That I can do. I need to add magic.
Yeah, I can. I have some paranormal. I want to get more into that. I love the idea of writing horror and like mysteries and stuff, but yeah, mostly just erotica. Not really my thing, and anything without magic.
Don't you have some creature features coming? Or a creature feature?
I do.
Okay,
Yeah,
I thought you did. That's horror, right?
yeah.
Ish?
She's a detective, a gargoyle detective.
That's right. Yes. Okay.
Yeah, that hunts
And you
colossal
have
monsters.
a gargoyle in the list run too, right?
Yes, different kind of gargoyles. Yes, very
Okay.
fun.
There we
The
go.
creature feature is more dark horror stuff, and the gargoyles book is more my normal style. And those gargoyles are bad guys trying to be good and
Mhm.
failing a little bit. But whenever you try to, people try to better themselves, and it doesn't always work.
No, and that's also where the humor can come in. So there you go,
Yeah.
that can work. What is your background like? How did you get here? Have you been writing since you were a little kid? Like, what was the thing that led up to you being here?
Yeah. As soon as I could read, my parents would stick these thick books in front of me. Dean Koontz, Stephen King, V.C. Andrews, and they would give me a dictionary and say, figure it out. And
Wow.
so I read horror from the time I was little. I wrote Dean Koontz in like the third or fourth grade, telling him I was his biggest fan. And now I look back and I'm like, that was probably kind of demented. I used to write these horrible little stories about monsters coming out of the sewers because we lived down south and eating people, and like pictures of people being ripped to shreds and magical stuff. And yeah, that's kind of always just the way I've been. And I love scary movies too. And so it was just kind of a theme growing up, and I loved it. And my parents weren't really so much into that either. They're just, yeah, it was just me. I tried to force my sisters to watch scary movies with me, and then I would prank them and set up elaborate pranks so it would scare them even more during the movie. They didn't like me very much.
Hey, do you do that to your kids now? I can see this.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
We have one of those Google Homes that, and
Mhm.
you can make it do stuff when you're not home. So me and my husband will like go on a date, and my daughter will be watching a scary movie with her friends, and we'll have it start playing creepy music or
Oh my God.
voices,
Yeah.
or
Does she hate you? Aren't you two like best friends? That would freak me out. God.
she loves it. She's the same way. She's just like me. or
Right. Got it.
big, huge bay windows that you saw in our front living room. Well, the
Mhm.
couch is faced the back of them, so sometimes when they're watching scary movies, we'll sneak out of the house and go behind them and stand behind them in the windows, like a shadow, or bang on the window.
I would freak out. I am such a wimp. My kid just asked for Google Home. Now I don't want it. No. Yeah.
Yeah, it's fun.
Michelle says you can make it self-destruct.
What?
She says you can make it self-destruct.
Oh,
No, oh my God, I would not. I would be like, get that thing out of my yard. No, I don't even want it near me. No, thank you.
no, we have fun. The kids make it tell them jokes all the time. These cheesy dad jokes. Yeah, so.
That's great. Now, do your kids, are they at all interested in writing? I mean, they have grown up with so much creativity in their lives. Do you feel like you've got any budding writers?
I do. And it kind of depends on, everybody goes through their phases, and so do my kids. And so my oldest daughter, Tasha, she could be an amazing author. I really think she will be, but she's so focused on college right now. She wants to get her doctorate in psychology. And so
Wow.
she's like focused. And so that's all she really thinks about. But she reads a lot. She could write these beautiful stories. My other three, my 12-year-old son, he could, but he writes more, he's very analytical. So he would write less fantasy, more real thinking. But the two youngest, they love writing me little stories about, we tell campfire stories, and my son Giuseppe, he comes up with the best ones, the scariest ones, and he's so funny. And so they both are both the little ones. They're like right up with mom.
Wow. So you have 4 kids?
Yes, 4 that are mine, and then we adopted our other daughter, Ebby. And
I didn't know that. That's awesome.
Yeah,
Good for you.
Yeah, she lives with us, and she's fun. She's going off to college in August. So
wow.
Yeah, we've had her for a year. So not the longest time, but we love her.
That's super recent. I'm telling you, Yolanda, that is one of the most critical times to adopt a kid, because when they're that age, they're like trying to make these huge life-changing decisions, and if they're just like either fresh out of a foster care system or like kind of in that middle stage, you need a person right now to help you, to guide you. A cool thing. Was she someone you knew? Like, was she one of Tasha's friends? Yeah.
She saved Tasha's life a couple of years ago from drowning. Wow. Tasha almost drowned, like for real, like almost died. And Abby saved her life. And when I met her, that was how I met her. And I told her, every day that I see you for the rest of your life, I'm going to give you the biggest hug because you saved my kid. Yeah. It's true, because slowly after that, I mean, she's got a great dad. He's a single dad, and she just needed that family situation. So she moved in with us a year ago, and she has been such a light. I call her my shooting star because she just shoots everywhere, and she's so bubbly and just a huge, soaring bright light.
I'm gonna cry, Mermaid. Thanks.
So we love her. We've got a couple other kids that come and stay with us when they need homes, and so it's not traditional adoption. It's more like when they need, and they can come and live, and we'll be whatever they need us to be for that time. And
right.
Yeah.
Wow, that's so important. I know, because I've worked with that age group, and I can't tell you, they're at that critical point where they're either going to just implode or they're going to fly. And so in a way, you're saving her life too. I don't care what anyone says, but
she's amazing. She's going to be an engineer. She's very intelligent, and I just love her to death.
Wow.
My husband's a youth leader, so he meets a lot of kids, and he loves seeing them grow up from freshman year to senior year and watching them really come into themselves.
Right.
And that's kind of something that's kind of passionate for us, is being there for kids. I think the middle school ages are critical. I wish they had more outreach programs for kids in middle school that don't have great homes, because up here, we're in the country, there's not a lot to do, and these kids have given up by this age. And I'm very passionate about that. Because
Are
I was
you in
not.
Washington?
Yeah.
Is that where you, yeah, that's what I thought. Okay. Yeah.
But we live up in the mountains, and there's tons of nature and hikes and stuff. But kids, they don't think like that unless they're shown it. And
Yeah. And that's what you're doing constantly. If I go to your page, I see you on an adventure. There's water, there's a mountain, there's a hiking, there's trees, and
the ocean.
yeah, you're giving them such a rich experience that I can't see how you won't get writers out of that. It's just so cool. Hi, Watson. Michelle asks, what is something that not many people know about you? Like, oh, good. Like a guilty pleasure. She wants the Yolanda diaries.
Oh, okay.
Michelle.
Oh, I don't. Let's see. Guilty pleasure. I really love funny TV shows, and if I get stuck on one, I'll watch it and do nothing else. Like, I just watched The Mentalist all the way through, all 7 seasons. Because
very good.
Yeah, I don't know what my guilty pleasure is. Food sometimes, like I will love a food one day and then I completely hate it. But when I love a food, it's all I want to eat. So like right now, it's pistachios and cherries. That's all I want to eat. That's
right.
it.
And then you're gonna burn out and never want it again. Yeah, I do that too. Yeah, I do the same exact thing. It's awful. It's sour gummies right now. So yeah.
Yeah, my husband's like, you're like a pregnant woman all the time. Because that's all I want.
Yeah, just what you need. More kids right now. You don't have your hands full at all.
No, no more kids for us. Unless we don't.
Haven't. Yeah, exactly.
Our house is so loud all the time.
Michelle says, say, hey, Google, self-destruct. It's funny.
I'm so going to do that when this is done.
You need to make a video of it. I'm scared, Michelle. What does it do? I don't know what that even does. Now I don't want Google Home. I know that much. My kid's convinced it's going to solve all my internet problems, but we'll see. I don't know. Okay, so goals in the future. Like, where do you plan to go with your writing? I mean, I'm sure you've thought about it, or maybe not. So, yeah.
Well, after the passion series comes out, hopefully we'll hit one of those lists, and that's kind of my next goal. Is I'm focusing on that, and then after that, I have a book with like 75 story ideas, book ideas, character build up, and I'm always adding to it. So that's just keep doing what we're doing. Keep, writing more for you guys and coming up with these worlds. And I want it to be, full time. My husband, he's like, when you're older, we can just travel, do all the book tours in the off seasons and travel around while we're doing that because we both love to travel. So that's like making it. He says this is our retirement plan.
That's so great that he supports you like that.
Oh yeah, he's willing to go anywhere or do anything that I need to do. After we had our youngest Isabel, after she was born and a few months old, he came up to me and he's like, "What do you want to do for you?" And I said, "I've always wanted to write." So he's like, "Okay," and he just leaves. Left the house, disappeared. Came back with this giant box that was wrapped. I unwrap it and it's a laptop, and he goes, "Write me a book." And that's kind of.
Oh my God! You need to write romance. Just write your life. Holy cow, that is so romantic.
Yeah.
How long have you been together? Like 10 years or something?
No, we've been together 19 years. We've been married 15 years.
Wow. For some reason, I thought you had a 10-year anniversary. Something was 10 years with you recently. No?
15-year anniversary. 15-year wedding anniversary.
Either way, I mean, awesome. He sounds like such a gem. What a great support to have.
Yeah. He's a dog.
How are your kids with writing? Do they let you write? Do they say, "Mom, too bad, let's go. We want to do, mermaid swimming"? Yeah, look at the eyes.
So they have figured out that if I'm writing, they can ask me absolutely anything and I will say yes. Because I don't know that they're there. So Giuseppe is the only one that follows the rule. He'll go, Mom, look at me. And I have to look him in the eyes, and then he'll ask me, and even then sometimes I'm not really there. But most of the time they just bug me because they want to see what I'm writing. They want attention. My 12-year-old son thinks it's hilarious to read over my shoulder because I hate it. And he's like, so you're going to write this? What are you doing there? Why that? I'm like, stop. And now they follow me because everybody's at home. So I've been going out right, and 5 minutes later, I'm surrounded by 5 children. I'm like, okay, what do you guys want? So yeah, I write a lot at night right now. When they're asleep.
I bet you do. There's no way with 6 people that I could. Hello, Kimberly Lewis. What is your favorite place you have been?
Oh, favorite place. Okay, let me think. There's this waterfall that is about 10 minutes from my house, and you have to literally rock climb to get to it. There's a rope, like you can hang onto the rope and go over all these things. It's a real trek, but once you get there, it is huge waterfall, and you can sit right under it and just be covered. And it is
cool.
And it's right next to my house.
I want to see pictures of this. I've probably seen them knowing you, but the context is there.
Yeah, but it's beautiful. It's a very beautiful place. There's another one, a lake. It's called Blue Lake, and it's about, once you get up there, it's only a mile hiking. It's pretty easy. And there's blueberries all along the trail in. You can pick blueberries while you're going in, and it's just this beautiful, pristine lake, and I love swimming in it. My friend is terrified of it. She thinks there's a monster in there that's going to eat me. Every time I get in, she's like, you cannot see the bottom. Do not swim in there. But yeah.
Speaking of water, why do we call you Mermaid? We need to talk this out because I've seen the scales. I know how much you love to swim. You did that awesome takeover. Like, I want them to hear this story about, part of you growing up and the whole, that connection. I mean, as much as you're comfortable with sharing, obviously.
Oh, it's fine. So my parents were sailors, and their joke was that they found us, which is kind of more funny the older I get because I realize a lot of things don't match up with like blood types and stuff. So that's a little really cool. But so their joke is that they always found us, and I grew up with 2 sisters. I had tons of siblings, but I grew up with 2 sisters, and we always lived on the ocean, always in the water, always. I've never lived anywhere that didn't have ocean next to it. And that was our thing. We would swim all the time. Once I get in the water, it's really hard to get me out. I used to be terrified of fish growing up. I was actually terrified. And then when I got to that place in my life where I'm like, okay, I'm going to start tackling everything that I'm afraid to do. Start doing everything I've always been afraid to do. And I was like, okay, first thing I'm going to tackle is this fish thing because everybody says fish aren't scary, but they terrify me. And so I went swimming with sharks. And once I swam with sharks and got to pet them, and they were all around and saw them play, and they're like little puppies with each other. And I was like, okay, I'm not afraid of fish anymore. And then the mermaid thing just kind of grew from there. I've never wanted a tattoo, but the second I saw mermaid scales, I was like, that's it. That's the tattoo that I want. And now I have 5.
Well, they're addictive. So yeah, that is so awesome. I love to swim too. I love the water too. And every time I see your pictures, and I just like, she gets it. She gets it. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. It's really about a confidence thing, becoming who I want to be, who I decide to be, because all your life you're told who you are by who your parents are, where you live, or all these weird things. And it's really about realizing none of that matters, just coming into your own self. And my own self is a mermaid. So
there you go. That's like Stephanie. She'll tell you, I am a unicorn. Just listen to me. I'm like, who you want to be? I don't care what you are. For me. Yeah, I believe her. Exactly. So do you guys have any questions for Yolanda? It could be literally anything from books to obviously she's a pretty open book over here. If you guys put them in the comments and I can see them, I think I'm only seeing the YouTube comments, not Facebook. But hey, we'll pull them up as they come. And in the meantime, what does your average kind of day with writing look like, or do you have no like average day and it's just write when you can at night, apparently?
I write when I can, but I kind of have a little routine set up to make it easier because my husband loves self-help books. He got me all these things about focusing and staying focused and staying on task because I have a really hard time with that. I think most authors do. But so I put on Annie Elfman music, like orchestra from movies.
Mm-hmm.
Words, put in headphones, turn it all the way up so I can't hear anything else. There's no me, even myself. I don't want to hear my own thoughts. And then I just focus on the book. A lot of times I can do this like lucid dreaming cycle. One of my friends who's a hypnotherapist, she's like, you're basically hypnotizing yourself. And then I'll have a very vivid dream about whatever I want to write about. And so when I wake up, I'm like, okay. And so then I know how to go to the next part of the book. And
that's cool.
Yeah, I learned how to do it when I was younger. I never knew what I was doing until I met the hypnotherapist, and she's like, "You're hypnotizing yourself to have lucid dreams." I'm like, "Oh, okay, cool."
See, well, I can't write with music because of the words. Like it's
no words.
Like I can't have the words, but I think music that had no words, like a lot of times you'll love this. I actually write to like sounds of the ocean or rain sounds. I have like a track of just those kind of sounds when I need white noise, basically. But like ocean waves all day, I could probably do something like orchestra music. It's the words that screw me up because like I want to listen to the words instead of these words. Yep. So yeah, it screws me up
all day. If you put words in like a song, I'll just start singing. I can't help it.
Me too. I'm like, how do you people do both? Like my brain goes with the music; it doesn't go to the keyboard. Watson wants to know, what is the one genre you'd love to write but are perhaps weary of trying?
That would be a full-on Sherlock Holmes type mystery. I would love to write that, but I don't think I'm creative enough to do the big reveal and it be a plot, the biggest plot twist. I don't know.
No, you're wrong. You're wrong. You're Yolanda. Yeah. You have 6 hammocks in your house. There is no... Oh, 7 total. Okay, my bad. You like literally fish around town, like with fins. Okay? Yeah. There's no way. I don't know of a more creative person than you. Somebody's got to do it. Is it like is it more like you don't know about the structuring of it or the way to like get to that big?
How do people foreshadow without giving too much away? I've been practicing and trying to get to that, and I want something that's not really been done. And I have all this list of things that I would love to do, but my brain is like, that's too much. I can't process it. So I think I would have to map it out and then do it. And I'm not sure it would change. I don't know.
Here's what you can do. Write the whole thing. Don't worry about foreshadowing. Like, know what your ending is, but don't worry about that. You write the whole thing, and then you go back later and you stick the foreshadowing one little nugget in chapter 1, one in chapter 2. Go right from the ending, basically. That's the only way it works for me. I mean, I've tried to do this. I don't know how well, but hey. And that's what worked for me because I was like, I'm too dumb. Like that was literally how I thought it. I'm too dumb. You're saying not creative enough. I was saying too dumb. But either way, like I just did one with Hunt. That's very, like we didn't even know the ending. But once we got to the ending, I was like, all right, I'm going back to chapter 1 to stick in that foreshadowing. Yeah. That's how I did it. Instead of like letting that critic make me not do it, I was like, no, we'll just go back and stick it in as though we knew all along, but really we didn't have what we were doing. So, I mean, that's Crystal D would like to know, where do you get your ideas?
Crystal. I get them from dreams. Because I always have very vivid dreams, like tactile. I can feel, I can taste, I can smell. I feel pain in my dreams. Like I'll wake up and my arm will be hurting if in a dream something terrible happened to my arm. And I have gory dreams too, lots of them. Since I was a little kid, I think now they call them night terrors, but I never moved. I didn't, move around when I had these dreams. I don't make any noise. I just have horrible, and now I've, got it to where they don't scare me. It just gives me ideas. And so that is
scary life. You're supposed to be glitter mermaid.
Well, I've seen a lot of scary stuff in real life, so it's always fun to just be like, just have fun anyway.
Yeah.
Just put a little magic on it.
Yeah, you've certainly overcame it and with that magic.
Yeah.
Anna Niche, I'm probably saying that so wrong. Okay. She says she just wants to let you know how truly amazing Yolanda is.
I love her. She's one of my
we know.
She's one of the most adventurous people I know. I just love her.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
I see you with this like tribe of friends that just does all the things. It's so cool to kind of watch and follow what is Yolanda up to now. When I don't see you for a couple of days online, I'm like, oh, she's gonna come back with like these cool adventure pictures and 6 little ducks behind her in a row. The flock.
Yes, my flock of Allard. Yeah, I don't post when I'm not at my house. Usually, I'll post after I come home because I don't know. I don't want people knowing that I'm like out of the country. So I wait till I come home and then I just unload on Facebook. So,
yeah, no, I know. I watch you. I'm like, okay, the weekend is done. She's gonna show up, and it's gonna be all these cool pictures, and it always is. You don't let me down. And I think that's really kind of a cool thing. I would love to see some. I don't know how you would do this. Maybe not a memoir. I don't know. I feel like you're someone that could write one of these books about like fun mom project things to do with your kids that cost no money. I don't know how to.
Actually, the only other type of book that I've thought about writing that was nonfiction is about fitness, because I'm actually super, super passionate about fitness and working out. And that the mom stuff, I don't know. I don't really think about it. I just do it. Like we go hunting for wisp where I make up these games. I made a sport called Snorkel Festival. And it's got like with a balloon ball and goals, and the kids just run back and forth, and it wears them out. But I don't really think about that.
That's what I mean, though. You're not seeing what I see. Like, I get parents all the time in therapy world that they're like, I don't know how to keep my kids entertained. Oh, just send them to Yolanda. She'll make up games.
Yeah.
It's for real.
Yeah. Yeah, and the kids do it too. I mean, they're very imaginative, huge imagination. Yeah. But then part of it also is my husband. Like he built a rock wall in our son's room, a rock climbing wall.
Yep.
And they have lofts and just weird stuff that kids normally don't have in their house. Or we'll like just decide because it's raining outside, we'll rollerblade all day through the house and have races.
That's what I mean. No, it's that's the youth director coming out. I mean, you guys are just perpetual kids. Like you're reliving your childhoods with your kids. What a fun place. I love it.
Yeah, we've always wanted to do stuff like that. When our kids were young, we're like, we can't wait till they're older and we can go hiking. I'm like, well, until then, we should do this. And
yeah. It's great. It's nice to see that. I think a lot of families now, like you're like, the TV's babysitting my kids. Yeah, probably the first time this year, Yolanda, they're going to survive. Like,
well,
the norm is that.
Yeah. I don't like them playing video games during the week. My husband thinks it's good for brains for kids to play video games. I hate video games. I've seen the bad side of it, the people that are addicted, and I've seen that firsthand. So it terrifies me. And so I'm like, no video games during the week, only on weekends. And then my husband's thing is he hates when they watch TV. So what are we going to do with a billion kids and all their friends? We're gonna make up games, and my house is just, it's made of concrete, so luckily most of the neighbors can't hear us most of the time, but it's very loud.
Yeah, I bet. Now, somebody asked, where do you get your ideas? Was it Crystal? Did you already answer that one? Because I remember Crystal.
Yeah, I said dreams.
Oh, that's right, dreams. Okay.
Yeah, dreams.
So you have this vivid imagination. I mean, that's obvious to anyone who follows you. Do you feel like that ever gets in the way of your writing? Like, you know, you're building these worlds and all that. Do you feel like maybe you get lost in that, or do you feel like you can kind of keep it real then to the story that you're working on?
Sometimes I'll be working on one thing and then another world busts in and takes over, and I'm like, oh yeah, I have to go back to this, and I'm just not there at the moment. I can't jump in that world as much as I want to, because I got somewhere else pulling on me, and some other creature saying, you have to pay attention to me right now. But it's, I don't know, I can get lost in any sort of magical world at any time, and I don't really always have a choice on that. That's why I have my family to pull me back. They're always like, okay, come back.
Yeah, come back to us, Mom.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah. It's good.
What advice would you give to a brand new author? They don't have any books out, but they're ready. They've finished their first book and they don't know what to do next.
What to do next after they've written the book?
Yes.
Keep trying. I had 33 rejections before I was picked up by my first publisher, and some of them were mean.
Oh, I know. I had one of those yesterday. Not fun.
Yeah, and 33 is small, is on the lower end of rejections. You know, there's some people with hundreds, and just don't give up. You know, no matter what anyone in your real life says, no matter what anyone else, just shut them all out. If this is what you want to do, go for it. Don't let anyone stop you, because the only thing that matters is someone in this world is going to resonate with your words, and some publisher, some agent, someone's going to notice that and want to give that to the world too. So yeah. That would be my.
Do you think you could stop writing now? Like, for me, now that I've written and published, I don't know that I could ever stop writing, even if I didn't publish. Like, do you think writing will always be there for you, or could you picture a world with no writing?
No.
I know.
Sometimes I wake up and it's the first thing I do in the morning. Like, I will sit in bed and I just start writing because something amazing happened in my dream, and I just visited somewhere cool. I have to get it out. And even if it ends up in my book of 75 ideas that nobody sees, I have to keep doing it. So no, I have to write. Plus, it's therapeutic. You know, I keep a diary too.
Me too. So yeah, we are the same on that. What is your biggest muse?
My biggest muse. I guess it would be, in a way, my family, because we're always bouncing ideas, jokes. They don't even know that they're inspiring me with all they say and do. They make me laugh so many times a day. I mean, tears laugh, like where I cannot breathe. And my oldest daughter, Tasha, she's one of the biggest ones. She's so funny, and that stuff fuels me. And I want to, put that in my writing and put little pieces of it. Every one of my books has little pieces of my family dynamic in it, and it definitely inspires me to keep going just with our everyday antics and banter. And my husband, because he's one of the biggest ones. He's awesome.
There's your romance and your humor elements right there. Yeah. Okay, Kimberly is asking, in the magical worlds you build, do you ever have characters you base in reality or real people you know or have read about?
Yes. I do. In Illuminous, the best friend was based on two of my best friends at the time. In fact, it's a standalone because one of them is no longer with us. And if I write a second book, I would kill her off, and I don't want to do that. in the book at least. So
Right.
there's that. There's always children. There's always children in all my books in some way, even if they're just little monster children. There's because of my kids, you know, the innocence. Kids bring so much beautiful innocence to the world, and the way they look at things, it's different, it's cute, it's funny. And there's always at least one set of twins or triplets, and that is because my son was a twin before he was born. His twin didn't make it, but I always put twins or triplets in all of my books. So
that's neat. One of those little fun nugget facts.
Yeah.
And what a way to honor his brother. Was it, would you know? Or
no, but I'm pretty sure it was a boy. I named him Giovanni. Giuseppe and Giovanni would have been their names. Yeah.
That's pretty.
Or Giovanna if it had been a girl. But
right. No, I know it's natural. You always think, oh, identical if they were twins, but who knows? You know, who knows? Yeah. Either way, what a great tribute to that baby.
Yeah.
That's cool. Same question. So does anyone else have any other questions? Or Yolanda, do you have anything random you just want to shoot at us? Anything book related. I don't care if it's just hey y'all, I dare you all to get hammocks in your house because I'll do it.
Do it. Try it.
I will.
Do it. Do the hammocks.
You think I won't? I will. Trust me. You and I are a lot more alike.
I've been belly dancing, and it is. I know Laura
tell Laura that.
Yeah, I did.
She's got a belly dancing book coming. Cool.
Yeah. I've been doing it for months. Me and my daughter Tasha started it, and Abby tried, and then she got too excited, and didn't want to do it anymore because she's like a little ping pong. But Tasha and I have been doing it, and it's really fun learning all there is to learn and all the movements. You can make your body do things you never would have imagined. Like, I do really cool, weird stuff. So it's not just about a sexual thing. It's just fun. It's just yeah. And it's confidence, appreciating your body for what it can.
I don't even look at it as sexual. I think of that as an empowerment thing. Like, it's really about embracing your body and what you're able to do. Watson says, I never get my fat ass out of a hammock. See, Watson needs to learn belly dancing, and then all the problems will be solved. We have all the answers here, Watson.
My son Giuseppe, I got injured recently on my calf, so I couldn't hike, and I got up into the hammock, and I could not get out. And Giuseppe's like pushing him down on it. He's like, Mom, I'll help you. I'm like, it's fine, Juice, it's fine. And then we realized if we pushed it back further, I could get out. So it's actually pretty easy to get in the hammock. All you got to do is roll. Eventually you'll stop.
And land on hardwood, apparently. Whatever.
You stop. That's what matters.
Yeah, exactly. All right, guys, if you don't have any more questions, we will, I guess, log out. But thank you for being here today. I know you were nervous, and I don't know why. You're just a natural and so easy to talk to. Books are great. Yeah, you worry for no reason. I guess we all do that, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, thank you for having me. It was fun.
You're welcome. It was fun. What is your plan? Before I go, I want to know, what is your plan for the afternoon? Because it's got to be scandalous. What are you in the flock up to next?
Okay, so it's like pouring down rain. We're going.
Oh, okay, bad day. Yeah.
I'm taking them to the lake, even though it's pouring down rain, to go swim.
There you go. There you go.
Because no one else will be there.
Oh, yeah. Sometimes the rain is the best because you literally get places to yourself. And I do love that. Like, why not? You're going to get wet anyway. Who cares? It's raining.
Mm-hmm.
I used to do that all the time, like shower outside in the rain just because, well, why not? It's fun. Yeah, there you go. We're the same. We really are. All right. Well, thank you so much. I am excited about your next gazillion books, but specifically that creature feature because I want to see how Yolanda handles horror. I am curious. Yeah, I want to see the magic on the horror.
Yeah.
Thank you guys who have stopped by and asked questions. If you haven't read her before, give her a shot. Yolanda Allard. I will update the description. It takes about 24 hours, but so that there's a link in the comments with your follows and your bio and all that. And yeah. All right. I'm going to log out. Thank you so much. Bye, guys.